Okay. With the players, with the player and management after a 1-1 draw against Cricklewood, it was 1-1, wasn't it?
It was 1-1.
Right.
It was 1-1.
Come on in, Jack. What's your assessment of the game overall?
I think we had a week off and we looked very rusty. I think we didn't play to our levels. We didn't get going. Didn't kick into second gear, third gear at all. I think that we played, like I say, nowhere near our level, and I'm happy to get a point in the end because Cricklewood could have nicked that in the second half.
Okay. Jack, it's been kind of unfolding in front of you. Our goal was rather lucky, but overall, Jack's assessment is absolutely spot on in terms of we never got out of first gear.
Yeah, is that a question? Yeah, no, I agree. I think that was the most disappointing thing today. I think a few people sort of cruising, whether or not people are carrying knocks, whether or not people are thinking about the cup final, thinking about other stuff, people aren't match ready because of the week off. I don't know, but I think the bare minimum you need to do is give 100% out there. And to be fair to Cricklewood, that's what they did. I mean, Jack said they should have nicked it. They had about 10 shots on target in the game. We had 1. Or if that was a shot that went in, I don't know. Their keeper's not touched the ball the whole game, basically. So it's not good enough if we're looking to try and win the league. But you get them games sometimes. It's a bit unfortunate that it just seems to happen this season. We go on a good run, and then I think we sort of take it for granted in terms of the hard work that it took for us to get there, and some of the individual performances as well to get there. And then we sort of break off a little bit. But it's a draw at the end of the day. It might be enough. You never know. I was saying to the boys in there, we had to rely on other results anyway. So it's still the same. It's still a point gained, and we just see what we can do next week.
Well, I mean, Jack, congratulations on making it to the top of the league.
Thanks.
Right. Yeah. With our nearest opponent having 3 games in hand.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it's all kind of rosy. What was the difference between today and the cup game? It's virtually the same 2 teams, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very similar teams, similar setup. So maybe Cricklewood responded to what we did last time, and they knew a bit what to expect a bit more. But I also think in the cup game where we won 3-0, I think we were so sharp, and we were punishing them in all different ways. So we punished them from set pieces on the day, which we did today as well. But from open play, we were so clinical, and our distribution was so good that we were stretching them every time we had the ball. Whereas today, it was very, very sloppy. A lot of touches were off. A lot of medium range distribution and short distribution was just unreliable, to be kind. It wasn't working that well. So we were much, much easier to play against, I would say. And like we say, we'll talk about why that is. Is it form? Is it rustiness? Is it pitch? Is it this, that, the other? We'll think about it, but we just didn't play as well. Simple as. We didn't play as well today as we did then.
But picking up on the point, a narrow pitch, and we chose to play narrow. We played into their hands rather than to our strengths. But come on, it's 90 minutes and we didn't change it over the 90 minutes, except probably in the last 15-20 minutes. But we didn't change enough to make a difference. And if any team that looked like they should have won, it wasn't us.
Yeah, that's fair. Like I say, I think they deserved to nick it in the end, but they didn't, and we can be thankful to some of the last gasp defending of our centre backs and some of the saves that Jack made today.
Jack, where do we go from here, though? That's look. I mean, it's the Jekyll and Hyde kind of thing, isn't it? 1 week we're good. Another week we're bad, and then there's an autopsy on it, and then we come back in.
Gotta watch what I say, the gaffer's just throwing past. Yeah, do you know what? To be honest, I think that's the same with most teams in this division, and that's why you play at step 7. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there isn't that consistency. Yeah. I think, you're not going to play fantastically well every single game. I think we missed Fred, I think. I think we missed Charlie as well, a bit of a calming influence on the back four. Having said that, I thought both Steph and Dean done really well. But you can't expect 100% every single time. You can't expect us to be firing those cylinders every single time. It's just not. We're not that semi-professional setup. We don't train twice a week. We had a week off. People have got their own lives. People have got their own things coming into it. It's just a little bit disappointing, but you look at it holistically, it's a game of football. At the end of the day, you know, I said to the boys today, just go out and enjoy it. That's what you know. It's a bit sad because people aren't really happy, because I know people could have given a little bit more, but it is what it is. Next week we'll have to rectify that.
Okay. I'm joined by Geoff now. Geoff, we've got a kind of appraisal from Jack, the two Jacks. What does Geoff have to say?
I think Jack's just summed it up really. It's just a bit frustrating game really. But then it's like our naivety sometimes come into play. Certain games like this, it's just when you're not playing well, can you still win it? Can you still do the basics? Can you still do the fundamentals of just keeping your shape? Work into a system where you can see where you're getting joy, and just not really having to be told. Because at times, I can imagine for Jack and Stu on the side, it's just you feel at times you're coaching too much. You know, you can see, for instance, we're getting a lot of joy from Julian. So get off him, run off him. Don't wait for us to tell you. You know, when the ball's travelling, then you go in and maybe you can get some joy, because there wasn't really any sort of real football play today. You know, maybe a few triangles here and there, but you just have to play to the conditions, and we have been doing that, to the credit to the players in the last few games. But today it just wasn't working. I just don't think we overcomplicated it too much, and I think that was the key today. Too many touches, not getting the balls into the right areas where we've got like Noah running, Julian, Sherwin in behind. Play those sort of balls earlier, quicker, so we can get some joy. Because earlier on they couldn't defend. We could see that they weren't really looking to attack the ball. So, but did we play enough of those balls across the game? Probably didn't. So it's a learning curve for us again. As we will keep learning, you know, to play to the conditions and, you know, assess where we can get some joy and continue doing it. That's what I think we need to learn.
Just coming back to kind of the issue of the two games, cup game and the league game. They virtually put out the similar team, virtually the same team. We put out virtually, not exactly, but virtually the same team.
Yeah.
But the game was entirely different. We didn't widen the pitch for them. It's a narrow pitch anyway, but we didn't try and widen it. We tried to go through the middle, and they were very strong through there. You were on the pitch. Why couldn't we change things? What was it?
I think, if I wanted to, the last game, I think we had a pattern of play which we persisted with, and I think today, like for instance, at the start of the game, being honest, like Jack tried to play at the back a few times, and we were getting caught on it. So then we haven't got a phase of play, you know, to start and bring them out, draw them out. So then it becomes a 50-50 game where we're playing into the air. It was a bit more windier, so then it's all congested into the middle. And then even the fundamentals again of our first touch, to get the ball out wide, our first touch needs to be better. If Jack switches it out to the fullback or the person on the left and he can't control it, he can't play it into us, to myself and Brixie, then we can switch it out. So how many times that happened today? Maybe once or twice. So again, our touches were off. I can't see how many times, you know, ball was, you know, played out, we let the ball bounce over our foot, and then, you know, and that was our game today. So that's where it was very frustrating, because we couldn't really get going at all. Couldn't sustain any sort of pressure onto them. And I think Jack has probably mentioned that the keeper didn't really have a shot to make, a save to make. So that's really what it is. You know, we can say it's a bad day as the office, but, you know, these little things we still need to learn across the season, because they're the things we've been caught out if you look at the season in general.
But overall, we are top of the league tonight.
We are.
Right. With our nearest opponent with 3 points, 3 games in hand.
Yeah.
But we've still got a season to look forward to.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah. Remember, we had this parallel before where we had a draw, didn't we, on the main stadium? And we were sort of kind of disappointment, deflation. It ain't over till it's over.
Of course. We'll keep fighting, you know, there's lots of games to win. We want to win every game before the end of the season, go into the cup final with some sort of momentum as well. So, you know, there's a lot to play for. The players know they're playing for places as well. You know, the 16 hasn't been assured in any sort of way. So everyone wants to play, everyone wants to be short and sharp and ready.
You've all got a message for Charlie?
It's happy birthday, isn't it? So happy
Yeah,
birthday, Charlie.
Charlie. One of our
MC,
young
we're confused
sons.
for a second.
Love it, Charlie.
Yeah, well, he's basically been born in breadcrumbs, isn't he, since he was 2 years old, coming here, and yeah, it's great to see that. It's great to see people coming here and enjoying themselves. Wonderful crowd again today, fantastic. We can only thank them enough for coming every single week, home and away. It's been absolutely superb. I've got to mention we've got a cup quarter final, I think it is, tomorrow, and at Hendon, Edgware, for the women's team. I'm gonna sprint my way from Hackney Marshes tomorrow morning and try and get there for kick-off. But yeah, some good support there is needed as well.
Yeah.
And just once again from the fans, and especially younger ones as well, that is sort of bred into them what Clapton's all about. We're just really happy about that. I'm really pleased that we have a club like this. All we want to do is play as well as possible and keep getting them points, getting them victories, and we've got a cup final to look forward to as well. So hopefully we can do something.
Thank you.